Good day, programmers. Today we're going to be looking at modules in Python. Now, if you're new to this programming series and you don't know what's really going on, and you can check the description. There's a link to the playlist. You can actually check that out and see wherever you want to start or continue in the learning process, and that's great. Okay, so what are modules? To me, modules are basically it comprises of a class or a group of classes which can be used to achieve a basic task in Python. Okay, so the task might be showing a window, it might be arranging of arrays or whatever. So that's basically what modules are. Now, modules can be categorized or grouped into three. That is modules which you write by yourself, which is basically defining of classes and a few functions to achieve a task. We have modules which are pre-installed and come with Python, and there are a lot of them. I'll be treating some of them in today's tutorial. And the third type is those which you actually download and install or import or you pip install. Okay, so they are basically modules which you can actually install, which do not actually come with Python. It doesn't get pre-installed with Python. Now those can be installed using the pip install. And in basic feature tutorials, I'm going to be showing how that is done. Okay, so let's jump into today's tutorial. That's great. We've known a few of them. So, how do you add modules to your project? Now, basically, a module can be added using import statement. This might be modules written by you or basic modules in Python. For now, I'm not going to be going into the complexity of creating another class and importing it. Let's just use a basic module in Python. Now we can type a module as simple as math. Okay, so by doing this, we basically imported the math module and we are ready to use it in our application. Okay, so if I wanted to get the square root of a number, the math module has a method which is known as sqrt, which gets the square root of the number. Okay, so I might define a number to be 9 and I'm saying answer, or should I say square root rt is equal to math.sqrt. That's the name of the function. Okay, so this is the module, this is a function in that module, and this requires a parameter of a number. So I'm going to give num to this, and what will happen if I go ahead and print sqrt? Let's see, you're going to see 3.0. Now that's great. What this has done is it has printed out the square root. The square root was stored in this variable. The variable was gotten from a function which is sqrt from the math module, which takes a parameter or an argument of a number. Now this number is gotten from where? Here. Okay, I hope that is not confusing. If you get confused along anywhere in this tutorial, you can basically leave a comment in the comment section and I'll be attending to that. Okay, so this is just the math module. There's a lot you can do with the math module. You can see basic functions from the math module by just typing math dot, and there are a lot of functions here. We have co, cosh, eref, exp, factorial, whatever there are a lot of functions here, and that is great. Now let's look at another module, another basic module in Python. Useful module. Let's say import statistics. Can I still spell? Okay, so I'm gonna say mean is equal to statistics.mean. Okay, so this is basically gonna collect a sequence, and a sequence can be a sequence of numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And before I go ahead and run this, let me print out the mean. I'm going to print out the mean. Okay, so what is this? This is 3.5. Now this is basically the sum of all these numbers. That is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 divided by the total number of elements in this list, which is actually 6 elements. So if you basically add this all together and you divide it by 6, hopefully you'll be getting the 3.5. I've not tried that, but I believe that's correct. That's how it should work. Now there are a lot of other functions too in statistics. I don't want to show you how to do. I don't want to go over that again. I've done that in maths. If you want to do that, you just type a basic statistics dot and it's going to bring out a lot of functions and you can check those out. Those are great. I'm going to look at another function module. See date time module. So I'm going to declare a variable, say call time is equal to, now I'm giving date time dot, and now, okay, so this is going to print the current time, my own time. On your system this should be different depending on how you've set your time. So if I print the call time to the screen, you'll see that. But before I do that, let me explain what is going on. Now this is the module date time. Okay, we have another one, date time. It might be a subclass, I've not checked that. It might be another class which is inheriting from the date time. Okay, so I don't know this, or maybe it might be a function. Okay, so dot now you can see now is a function. Okay, so the now is just gonna print the current time. You can see it's taking no argument, so that's great. So if we go ahead and print call time, this is going to give us the current time now. Okay, so you can see it's 2020 06 15. This is basically telling us that it's 3:32, and this is also 3:32. So I believe this is correct. Okay, so there are a lot of things you can also do with the date time. I'm just going to introduce you to the last one for today's tutorial. So this is random module. So I'm just going to go ahead and say let's say num is equal to random dot let's say randit. Okay, so this is going to expect an A and B, so these should be numbers or integers. So I'm going to give 1 to 5. So if we go ahead and print num, you'd see this is basically 1, again 1, it gives us 1. If I run it again, you could see 2. So it's going to give us random numbers starting from 1 to 5. So depending on time and different algorithms, it's just going to give us a random number based on what you've selected. It's not going to keep giving us a specific number. This is normally used in games and gaming. For gaming, when you want to actually define a function or something that actually isn't persistent. For example, if you're making a snake game, you want the food to always shift or appear in different places, just random stuff like that on gaming. This is basically very, very useful. Okay, now there's another important one in the random module. Have random.choice. So you can basically see, as I try to open this, it gives us this hint, which is trying to tell us that it's expecting a sequence. Okay, chooses a random element from a non-empty sequence. Where is this text coming from? We're going to look that up in a future tutorial. So it's basically asking for a sequence. Now once we do this, we're giving a list, and I'm going to give a list of numbers. It doesn't have to be numbers, okay? So just so you don't get confused, let me use strings. I love fruits, so I'm going to say banana, and I'm still going to give an orange, and finally I'm going to give a watermelon. Okay, sorry for that. Now watermelon. So if we go ahead and print num, let's say which the computer likes, says banana at first. Banana again. This computer must really like banana. So it gives a watermelon, which proves the point that it's actually generating random elements from this list every time you run the program. So yeah, that's just basically it about modules in Python. Now if you want to do something in Python and you want to start writing a bulky amount of lines for classes and functions, you can check it up if someone else have done that for you. And if it is a pretty decent module, you just have to download it and use the pip install to actually install that and start working. Now you don't have to always reinvent the wheel every time, because I see a lot of beginners, they want to be like, wow, I want to be the nerdy one, I'm going to do everything for my app. No, that's not great. If you have another already made module, it's good to just import and actually use the useful work which someone else has done. And if it is a great module, that means I don't want you to download a crappy module. Now that is the end of today's tutorial. Now if you like this video, basically how to help or promote this video is by liking and subscribing to this channel, which will help this channel reach a much more wider audience. Okay, and you can also share this video to whoever you think this video is useful to, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next tutorial. Thanks.